Well, hello there. Hello, great people. Welcome to the Paranormal Highway. We got Danny Stanton sitting in the background, ready to come up here to join this Bigfoot conversation. While I play the intro, I got a poll up right now. I want you guys to put in a poll. Now, the poll is, what do you think you would do if you ran into Bigfoot? Would you run? Try to get the hell out of there? Would you roll in a ball like it's a bear, thinking that's going to save your life with the Bigfoot? Would you poop your pants? Have a big load in your pants? Or would you try to shake the hand of Bigfoot? What do you think you would do? Put that in the pool, get the intro on. We'll come back, go to the bathroom, get popcorn, because we're going to have Danny stand up here, because today we are discussing Bigfoot. Should I say any more?
Wait up, you ever hear the story of a Bigfoot wearing clothing? In 1883 Missouri, it was seen by Mr. and Mrs. Cyrus Haggard around the area of Hopewell Church. The creature was huge and leaning into their buggy, almost crushing it. It was wearing a long flowing cloak and had glimmering cat-like eyes, and it wasn't just them to see it. Over the course of multiple years, the creature was seen again by many different reputable townsfolk. People weren't sure if it was a creature or a ghost, and bands of hunters were organized to track whatever it was down. There was a huge jacket found made of different animal hides, and something was causing horses to go wild up on Haunted Hill. Even the local government got involved. But the thing is, it might not be the only one. It's not the only story of a large hairy creature wearing clothing, and there may be a lot more than people think hiding out in the Ozarks. If you want to learn more, make sure to check out the latest episode of the Insomnia Society.
All right, welcome, Danny.
Greetings from South Carolina.
So, Danny, that small little intro mentioned that I never really heard that theory that Bigfoot actually has a clothesline. I guess they use other animals as certain clothes. Do you think there's any truth to that? Maybe that Bigfoot actually is wearing a jacket from a bear, a lion.
Okay.
What do you think?
In my whole life, I've never heard reports of Bigfoot being dressed like Fred Flintstone. It just hasn't happened. Not one time out of all my life has somebody come up and said, "Well, I saw Bigfoot walking through the woods, toting a club, dressed like Fred Flintstone." It just hasn't happened. So I'm leaning not towards wearing clothes or using hides, even though it's very possible now. They could have a bedding area somewhere where they have deer hides and bear skins that they cover up with at night or wrap newborns or babies in. I've always considered that a possibility.
You know, well, I like what Joe just said. Why would they need why would they need clothes when they have fur?
Well,
Joe,
when they're born and they're babies, they probably don't have quite the thick hair that the adults do. And until they grow a certain age and until they get big enough for the fur to come in or the hair to come in properly, they probably need something to cover up with. And, you got to treat a baby like a baby. I've always thought when you saw the teepee structures, you see the wood structures in the woods that are like teepees. I've always thought them were birthing huts. I thought that the Bigfoot made them whenever one was pregnant to have a baby in, and they would wrap it with deer hides and bear skins to keep it warm in there till their baby was old enough to walk or something.
Well, here's Chris Jarvis wrote, "Have heard for many years stories of Sasquatch airing what looks like old clothes from dumpsters." Okay.
That's a new one on me there, bud.
Hey, when I saw that intro, I thought, hey, that's kind of interesting. Will Bigfoot actually wear some kind of clothing? Did they make it? I mean, humans, we dress dogs. Some people dress cats, and they have fur. So
my dog's got a coat she wears in the frigid winter when she goes out like a little girl, like a little kid.
What's this? Eric's poll keeps popping up. I'm hitting poop my pants over and over. Now, guys, the serious of the question is, I do got some videos we'll show in a little bit and stuff, but the title of the show, what if you met Bigfoot? What do you guys think you would actually do? Now, I know as kids, Bob and them, as crazy kids, you kind of we ran after when we saw Bigfoot because you don't know what your reaction is going to be. But now, of course, we're older. I probably can't run after anything anymore with my legs. But what would I do if I accidentally somehow ran into Bigfoot in front of me? Would I poop my pants? Would I shake the hands? And we all pretend what we think we're going to do, but in reality, you really don't know what you're going to do. But I think this is just speculation, Dan, and you'll answer this too. I think speculation wise, if I ran into a Bigfoot, it all is going to depending on what he's doing at that moment. Now, if he's screaming like a madman, mad woman, yeah, I probably poop my pants and probably like this is the end. Or if he's not saying nothing, if he's just staring at me, I feel that I would try to like talk to it, like trying to say, I'm your friend. But it's all going to depend on what he's doing at that moment in time in front of me. If he's screaming and yelling, I'll poop my pants, probably try to run. Like, if it looks like he's going to harm me. But if he's just standing there, I think I would want to try to talk to him. Let him know that I am not here to hurt, harm, even though I know he can kill me in a second. I think I would try to make him feel comfortable that I'm here for good reasons. So Danny, what do you think?
I'm a true YouTuber, and I'm fearless. The first thing I'm going to do is start a freaking camera so somebody will believe me that this actually happened. I don't care what else happens now. The first thing I do is start a camera. I started a camera on the bug man pulling in the yard yesterday because I thought he was Men in Black. I start a camera a lot. I delete 100 videos a day because nothing happened. But I've learned to start a camera just in case.
But do you think maybe if I can see you starting the camera, but if for whatever reason that Bigfoot, you're in front of it, it's screaming at you.
I don't care what he's doing. I don't care if he's screaming at me, taking big old hands of Bigfoot poop and throwing at me. I don't care. I'm starting the freaking camera first. If I'm running away, filming myself running away with him in the footage, chasing me, I'm still going to be filming. That's number one.
Here's another person that says,
win, lose, live, or die. Catch it on camera.
Another person says, there are stories about Bigfoot taking both males and females. Maybe the custom of wearing clothes rub off of them. Hey, listen. This is why we're here, right?
Yeah,
discussing.
It's 23. There's 23,476 people went missing in the last 5 years in national parks. It's my opinion that if Bigfoot took you, he probably had you with salt and pepper.
What is Robert telling Jen? Jen, I can hit one for you because I still have Eric's pole. What? I don't
that poll. When I put the poll up earlier, the question didn't come up, just the choices, and I was like, "What?"
Here's a new question. This is an awesome question. John Truro. The question should be, what will you do if you run into Danny Staten? Well, I guess it depends on if Danny Staten has a weapon on him or not.
Danny Staten always has a weapon on him. I'm sitting right here with a gun beside me.
If he has a weapon on him, I'll probably be like, hey, Danny, I'm a good guy. Remember me?
And honestly, when I'm in the woods, I carry a gun, a really big one. And I don't carry no gun because I'm worried about some stupid animal most of the time or Bigfoot. I carry a gun because I live in South Carolina, and this is deliverance country. If you don't know if you ever saw that movie or not, but people are a better reason to carry a gun than Bigfoot or any kind of animal most of the time. In 40 years, I've only been attacked by bears twice.
Yeah. All right. Before I show some videos, I want to explain to some people, because I have been popping up some like story videos. There has been some complaints that one was too short and all that, and I just wanted to get a little explanation what I've been doing just real quick. Okay, so on days I don't have a show, I've been popping up. I'm making some generated videos of Bigfoot stories that are from magazines or books, kind of like when Bigfoot Michigan Rob reads stories out of his book. I've been finding stories and I use AI voice on it and all that. And I'll tell you guys why I'm doing this. This one here is just 1 minute and 47 seconds, and I'll tell you why I've been doing this and what I'll be doing with this in the future. Wow, I haven't given myself a like on. Let me give myself a like. So here's a story about the Duluth Dogman, a graphic encounter, which Duke from World Bigfoot Radio messaged me on this. Says, hey, that's where I'm from. He actually, where is it? This town I grew up in. So that's awesome. So now I'll explain to you why I'm doing these videos.
Located just outside the Wisconsin border, the city of Duluth is situated in Minnesota, specifically at the westernmost point of Lake Superior. This account, which took place on November 7, 2016, comes from an undisclosed graphic designer who wishes to remain anonymous. Despite her desire for anonymity, her artistic skills allowed her to create a detailed sketch of what she witnessed. The incident occurred on a chilly night along Maple Grove Road, a road that marks the boundary between residential Duluth and the more rural area to the northwest of the city. The anonymous source observed a mysterious creature running upright from the edge of the illuminated residential area, disappearing into a field with an old barn. She described the creature as potentially standing at a height of 7 feet, although it appeared to be hunched over and moving on all fours. Its features included a wolf-like face with a long snout, short pointed ears, and it moved in a stiff and awkward manner reminiscent of a gorilla walking on its haunches. For a moment, the graphic designer was frozen in awe as she watched the dogman's movements. However, her fear intensified when a passing pair of headlights illuminated the creature, providing a much clearer view of its silhouette. Overwhelmed, she quickly drove to a well-lit gas station where she waited for her husband to return home. She described an indescribable, almost supernatural fear that weighed heavily on her, akin to a thick sludge. But the story doesn't end there. As soon as the anonymous reporter shared her encounter with her family, her sister revealed that she had also seen the same hunched, wolf-like creature years ago. It had stood at the edge of her property, ominously staring into her house with piercing red eyes.
All right, let me explain. Well, you guys notice I've been putting out some videos of like the here, let me just make it bigger. The Gettysburg story, the Devil's Hand, the encounter. To do those, everything is so freaking copyrighted nowadays, Dan. Everything's like copyrighted. I mean, it's crazy. So when I was trying to do the Gettysburg, everything I was trying to use was copyrighted. So I actually paid $25 to this website that I type in my story, exactly what I want, and it finds me pictures and stuff that I can use, music I can use, not copyright, no nothing. So since I paid just to do the Gettysburg and Devil's Hand, I have 50 minutes I can use up for this month. So I thought I'm gonna use those 50 minutes with short stories. I'm gonna type in short stories. I'll put them on the days that I don't do a show. The next one will be on Saturdays, 5 minutes long. So they're going to be different links, and they're just, hey, there's a lot of great stories out there. There's a lot of stories that's in magazines, newspapers. So I'm just finding those stories. I put them in the system, and it helps me find pictures to build it with music that's free, and I'm just putting them out there. So the more about the stories that are out there. Maybe they're not told. Maybe we don't know. And I was thinking about using one of the stories from our good friend Bigfoot Michigan's Rob's book. So that's what those are.
I think they're brilliant, Eric. That's a great job. That's some of the best stuff I've seen on YouTube, man.
Yeah. So
I really like them a lot.
Will I continue after a month? I did have to pay $25. So, maybe, so I'll think about it. So that's why some of the footage is in there. You're like, why he's got this man muscles coming out of the water? Because I can use it. I mean, it's crazy. Not the censorship. Well, if you want to call censorship, everything, even pictures now is almost copyrighted. I remember I did a show with Bigfoot Anon, if he's still here, if he remembers. The video got taken down, not because of anything in the video, because the thumbnail, I had a picture of Venom and The Sopranos. It's It's crazy sometimes. I think didn't Dan one night try to find music that would get him a strike?
He does that a lot.
So those are what those are. But the
I
first
don't
video
understand. I don't understand YouTube and how it works anyway, because
and Dan,
it's
that's the
ridiculous.
problem. That's the problem. And the site that I paid the $25 to, it has special copyrights that I could use for YouTube. And if YouTube say, hey, you couldn't use this, there's a thing with this website company has where I could give it to them. Like, nope, yes, I can. I got all licensed for it. So all those videos are purely licensed through me. I don't have to worry about any copyright. So that's what those are. And I hope you guys enjoy those. I look for Dogman stories and all that. I got a good one coming up this Saturday. The 2-story, one guy in Georgia and Michigan on Bigfoot and Dogman encounter. So that's what those are. So and one person's like, Eric, that was too short. Well,
It takes as long as it takes to give you the information you have. Sometimes it's short because you don't have that much information. You get 2 minutes. Sometimes it goes 5 or 10 minutes due to the amount of other information you have to put in it.
Yes.
You can't always judge a video by its length. It could just be short due to the
exactly, Dan. Some articles, the stories are bigger, some are short, some are, and of course I'm not gonna pick a story that's freaking over 1 hour, because I'll be like, no, that's way too much work. But here's but there's something I gotta show everybody here. This is very cool. There's nothing better when another channel shows something of yours. It's very cool.
That's always a blast.
To know that other channels are watching and they appreciate the stuff that you're doing, because our friend right here, guys, Danny Staton, he has a video that's on another channel. NVTV just put out a video just 16 hours ago. Pause here. And I'm going to put this link in there because I don't know if NVTV copyrights their stuff, but I'm going to put it in here and let you guys know that there's a link. And NVTV, I don't know how people feel about that channel in the first place, but let's just look at it. NVTV has 130,000 subscribers. They have 413 videos. The channel is dedicated to bringing you Bigfoot and Dogman videos. And 16 hours ago, they used Daily Danny Vlogs channel. So did they tell you they're going to use this, or did you?
No, they just used my stuff without permission, put a video together, throwed it up on YouTube, and then after it was up for 5 hours, they sent me an email saying, hey, by the way, we used your shit. So I thought that was cool.
And look, your video already got over 9,648 views.
And I'm glad I could help him out on his channel.
No, it's it is cool.
And if they're gonna do that, I wish they'd ask me which videos to use, because I got a lot better ones than the crap they showed. I got videos where I actually catch a lot of stuff, but they didn't use them. They used this Sparky Dog one.
Well, again, like I said, I'm not here to tell people NVTV if they're 100% real. I'm not here for none of that. But the thing is, at least I can appreciate they put your video out there. I watched it all. They didn't cut it. They put your video exactly on your channel.
And I join a very unique crowd of people like Long Island Bigfoot that these guys have actually showed videos by.
Yeah, and your whole thing's on here. So guys, check that out and go over there to their channel and put a thumbs up. Say, hey, I love Danny's stuff. Because then.
Well, while we're giving shout outs here to channels that do stuff about Danny Staton, go to Iron Dogger's channel and let me give that girl Jackie a real big shout out. The Iron Dogger, we all know who she is. Probably most of us in chat anyway, right? Not only did she make a video about that, go to videos. not only did she make a video about Danny Staten, she made a whole story about me, and it's up on that channel. I can't read that little.
Was it live? I remember. Was it live? Was it recorded? I'm trying to remember. Oh, here it is. Here it is. First draft. Birthday boy, Danny Staten.
Yeah, but we're not going to play it because you got to go to her channel and watch it because it's an hour long. But she wrote an entire story about Daddy Dan. So I thought at least I could do is give her a shout out for that. I appreciate that one. I got a lot of birthday wishes, surprisingly.
You know, I was almost gonna I don't know what day it was. I don't know what day it was because Iron Dogger did a video where she went on somebody's channel and it was almost how they disrespected her, like they were dissing herself with her, how like she's telling how people, you know, how easy it is people in communities to turn their backs on people. They assume this, they assume that. It was very.
Nobody ever said what channel it was on, and I searched and searched and searched and couldn't find what channel it was on. I don't know if it got took down or what because I've been unable to find that interview people's been talking about. She didn't tell me who it was.
Yeah, I know. I wanted to watch that too because she was explaining in her video, and it's like, man, I know exactly how Iron Dogger feels. We all know. I mean, it just sucks. It just sucks. But we're gonna have fun here. We're gonna play a video that's from the Rocky Mountain Sasquatch team, which they're respected in the Bigfoot community. They're an awesome group, and we find a video here. I don't know why I never put these videos up in my little squares. I thought I did, but who cares? This one's called. It's about vocalizing Sasquatch vocalizing voices. So let's take a look at this video.
Vocalizations from just outside Castlegar, British Columbia, recorded by a woman named Gerald Lee. She told me that they come down into a giant grove of hazelnut trees once a month and vocalize briefly each time. She was able to record one of them on October 29th and then another December 1st. The one
I like to pause here and there because I want to get Danny's opinion on certain things. It was very right out the bat. It was very interesting where they said where that area this woman is. Bigfoot do come down like monthly. And make some noises there, like a routine thing. Danny, have you heard in your area, maybe your area or other people, that certain times a month that people have seen patterns that Bigfoot have done, vocalize or anything, or lead
Not
things?
particularly no patterns, but there are areas where you hear vocals more than areas where other areas. Like the place where I live, all the neighbors complain like when the wolves start howling, they hear something howling with the wolves and they don't know what it is. And hell, they call the cops on them, and the police be riding around with spotlights looking for something howling in the woods because they're all stupid. But and there's certain times of year when it goes so quiet you don't hear nothing. But it's always the same areas.
Yeah.
It's never like you hear it over here and then you hear it way down yonder or over yonder. It always seems to be coming from the same general area for some reason.
It's like they know this is my safe zone. It's
like it's just far enough off in the woods where you can't see it with the naked eye or video, but you know it's 80 yards away, just out of sight. Something's there making that noise, and if you walk down to it, it gets further away as you get closer.
Yeah, in this place where they're saying the Sasquatch vocalizing people, if you didn't hear it, it's Hazelnut Tree Grove up in the Canada area.
one close by is obvious and easy to hear. There is another one you can barely hear off in the distance, and perhaps both of these Bigfoot are communicating with each other.
What the fuck is that noise?
Let's hear that noise again for a second. Let's hear it again. Because I want to see, Danny, if some noises you hear is almost like this noise.
What the fuck is that noise?
No.
Do you hear the almost similar like that where you're at by any chance, Danny? Or
No, we don't have bull moose down here.
oh, you got the bull moose?
We don't have moose in South Carolina.
So you in your opinion, you got some moose?
If anybody who ever spent any time up north around moose, you can ask Jeff Harding if he was in the chat. That's a bull moose.
Okay.
I've hunted them.
Has the moose do a sound like it was doing there? Ooh!
I've heard deer and moose make a sound similar to that, but that sounds a little guttural. I'd give that one a 50-50. It might be something else, but
Let me see. Let me go back a little
the
bit.
first long bull moose call was a mating call by a bull moose. That's something different.
What is that noise?
And here's a question for you, Danny. Now, of course, this is all speculations. Do you think maybe there's a one of the Bigfoot abilities to help them to hide easier out in the woods, where they can create sounds that sounds like an other animal, like trying to scare you away?
I have no doubt they are the best mimics in the world of all animals in the forest. They live in the woods. The best way to attract in prey, if you're going to try to eat, is to make the noise that the animal makes. You ever hear of a hunter using a turkey call or a duck call to get the ducks and the turkeys to come to them so they can hunt them? Well, wouldn't you think a Bigfoot would have that ability to make the animal calls to draw in something it wanted to eat, like a turkey or a deer or something, or a moose?
Jen just said, Eric, just a heads up. This Sunday on Sasquatch Secrets with Nikki, Joe Snyder's celebration of life show with Molly. Come remember and share about our friends Joe. Of course,
I was going to bring that up for the end of the show, by the way.
Of course, people know, our friend Joe, in the Bigfoot community. If you didn't know, most people do know, he has, he passed away, and everybody there. I haven't heard not one person ever said anything negative about Joe. Joe's like the one guy that everybody can say he's loved, he's remembered. I don't know one person that has anything negative about Joe. So that is so cool that this Sunday they're gonna with Nikki.
That's at 7:00 Eastern on Sasquatch Secrets.
And one thing about
somebody
Nikki,
please put that link in the chat.
Yeah, somebody put that link. That'd be awesome. And one thing about Nikki is Nikki don't fuck around. What I mean is Nikki will dissect the video to if there's a fakeness to a video, Nikki will find it. She will find it, Dan.
No doubt about that. Nikki is the supreme analyst of video and audio evidence. Whenever I caught weird sounds, I always had sent them to Joe, and Joe would let me know about them. But since he's passed away, I really hadn't had nobody to help me with my weirdness. And here, let me point out tomorrow on the Daily Dan blog and all my channels, the weirdness will begin. I'll be uploading some videos, and let me point out that I have no clue what these things are, what it is. I don't know if it's a trick of light. I don't know if it's a cloaked Bigfoot. I don't know if it's an alien from another universe. I caught some weird stuff on camera. I'm going to put it up on YouTube and let you guys decide. I'm lost. It may be a trick of light. It could just be the way something looked. I don't know. But it was there, and then it wasn't there. And it's never been there before, and it's never been there since. So there you go.
I was just glancing real quick at the poll that I put in. So far, 39% of people said they would run. 3% says they're rolling a ball. 29% says they'll poop their pants. And 29% said they would try to shake the hand of Bigfoot. Okay.
But no matter what happened after, I would start my camera first.
That's cool. Now,
even if I pooped, it'd be on camera.
Now, I'm going to play this video. It's actually technically a short video, but I want to get people's opinions, your opinion now and all that. We know we live in a world that for investigations, researching, whatever you want to call it, more drones are going to be used more than ever because you could use cameras on them to go to certain places that you can't get to, you can't walk to. and they might be able to capture stuff, but is it wrong for a show? This one's called Drone Captures Footage of Bigfoot in Idaho. They're saying they capture Bigfoot. I mean, that's the title. The title. They're not saying it's your opinion what they think they capture. They put that in the title. So let's look at this video and wondering, is it right for them to make that claim when I can't tell this thing's running as Bigfoot or not? This is what I'm talking about. Drone captures footage that's Bigfoot. That's the title. They titled it. So they're saying they capture Bigfoot. Okay, so a little closer look. So right here, a little closer look, you can see something running. You can see something running. And I try to zoom in much as I can with this video footage because they didn't zoom in. I had to create more of a zoom in. So I'm trying to zoom in closer. So you can see that thing's running. And I use a different lighting. So listen, there's something running. Could be human. I mean, listen, I'm not here saying that's not Bigfoot, but that's not good enough for me to put in the comment or title it as I capture Bigfoot. I would put like drone capture something running. What do you think it is? I would word it like that to say, hey, this is what I capture. It's up to you. And you look at that. I mean, would you right off the bat say my drone caught a Bigfoot?
Hell yeah, I want to get all the views I can on, but that's a big ass Bigfoot running through a field. If you don't agree, you can let me know in the comments below. But I'm all about titles. You can call them clickbait if you want. I call them intelligent titles because you're getting more views by adding a really good title to a video.
You just said you were right in there. If you disagree, put in your comment.
Yeah.
This video, there is nothing in the description. It just said drone capture Bigfoot. There was nothing saying what's your opinion.
I don't put that in there either. I just write crazy titles that sometimes on a video I'll put the craziest on I have one channel called My Cool Dog where I will put the craziest title I can on video because people know it's just for fun anyway,
Now, in your opinion, looking at this thing running, I mean, this is speculation. I know it's hard, especially with the camera.
It's also so small.
That's a problem. So small.
But I will say one thing. I've seen lots of sporting events. I grew up. You grew up too, probably. We all grew up watching football players and grew up watching soccer and watching baseball. I want you to look at how fast this thing seems to be covering ground down here, and that seems to be a little bit faster than Mickey Mantle running the bases right there, don't it?
Now this is
that thing really hauling ass, or is it just me?
Well, this is the original shot, of course. This is where it's really high, so you really got to stare and find it while it's running. Then there it is right there.
I want you to look at how fast this sucker's going, man. That's you can see long strides too, and you can see that this thing. In your mind, compare that to a guy running the bases down at the Wrigley Field. And you know how long it takes to get from first to second, right? And look how fast, look right here. Look how fast this is going. It's going so fast, he's kicking up a dirt trail. Do you see the dirt trail he's kicking up?
Yeah.
That just seems a little fast. I mean, maybe it's a marathon runner training or something, but that just seems really big for an aerial view. Really fast with some really long leg strides and so heavy that when it hits the ground, it's kicking up a death trail behind it. So to me, that's a little bit more than 50-50. That this might be something. This might
tall.
be something, dude.
Someone
Honestly.
smart could take the measurements of the shadow, time of day, and figure out how tall it was. Yeah,
we need to send this video to Thinker Thucker and let those Thinker Thucker figure it out, because that's what he does.
Why is that everyone says a BF is all black? My experience with meetings was brown and had orange blonde highlights, really poor dye job. So, and I really liked it when I changed the color more greenish, trying to get a better look. Sometimes changing color helps you look at a market. It was more black, so all right.
That I give that video high marks for having interesting points, like the speed of the running creature, the size it would have to be. You got to remember, you're taking from a drone probably about 900 feet up.
Yeah.
And look at the size of the trees. Now, you know these are big trees, but look at the size of the thing running in comparison to the trees, and you're going, gee, that's pretty big for 900 feet up. It's moving faster than a baseball player runs bases, obviously. It's so heavy, it's kicking up a dust trail, and you can actually see the strides in the run, and that's pretty big strides.
And I have no problem. Drones are a great source of information to use on investigations, places where you can't get to. Using drones to fly over certain areas, going to caves and all that. And of course,
it really wouldn't surprise me to see a drone footage be the next big Patterson Gimlin film of our time. I know a guy named Pat over at Squatch Talk, and he's been preaching the word of drones for the last couple of years about wow, he thinks the drones will be the one that actually catches.
I still believe that. I still believe that the Bigfoots, the Dogmans, have way better hearing than we can. They can hear mostly all. They could hear mostly all. All drones coming in. But with technology, drones are getting quieter and quieter and quieter. You know what I mean?
And once again, Eric, Dogman, Bigfoot, any kind of cryptid in the woods that's been living in the woods its whole life, has heard airplanes, helicopters, and all kinds of stuff in the air buzzing over for an eternity, 50, 60 years, and they never bothered them, and it never came down and messed with them. Why should they worry about a drone?
Yeah. No, I'm not saying they're worried about it, but they know that it's there.
They might know it's there, but because of experience that no matter what's in the air, it's never bothered us before. Why should we worry about it?
Drones are great, but how to use them, like zoom in front, a safe distance. That's true too, freaking geek. Yeah, but technology, learning how to use it, learning how to zoom in when you see something. Oh yeah, everything.
If I'd been that drone operator flying that drone over that weird thing running through that field, I'd have turned on the speed and flow my drone down there and flow it right up its ass. I'd have the best video out there because I'd have hit it in the back of the head with the drone.
And what's cool is every year prices of drones are getting better and better, easier market, different brands, different this. So drones are part of the future, if you like those or not. I think they're a great source of. They're a great tool.
I had a drone the size of a Volkswagen hovering over my house last week. And it was I was standing right at the edge of the cement walkway looking, and I thought it was a helicopter coming. But when I looked up, all I saw was one of them, it looked like a Predator drone. So I quickly grabbed my camera out and made a video, and I actually got that up on my channel that you can see this big-ass drone flying around. It's weird that there'd be something like that in my neighborhood.
I do agree with Freaky Geek. Eventually, Bigfoot will start throwing rocks at drones. I can see that. I can see that'd be cool and all that. All right. So, guys, this next video we're going to be breaking down a lot. Next video is about, it's called Bigfoot Photo from 1981 Surface. So basically the idea of this video was a picture of a 19 or whoever put out the picture of the photo of 1981, a photo of a Bigfoot, is it AI generated? So it was kind of interesting to see how this person was trying to break down photos, which I know people will. Hey, I know Nikki breaks down photos, looks at everything. So I thought this would be a pretty interesting video to kind of show. It is a little bit long, so we'll pause it here and there when we think that something we should say. Here it is. Bigfoot photo from 1981. There we go. Let me put this up.
Argue about this thing's arm length, or its head shape.
Okay, first of all, I'm going to pause this for a second. So there's a claim that this is a 1981 Bigfoot photo. First of all, has anybody even seen this? Any chat? Is this something? Are you people in the chat? Do you guys know about this photo? Dan, have you seen this photo before?
No, actually, I haven't. I don't think
so. This is cool. This is cool. So the video I found, it says it's a 1981 Bigfoot photo that surfaced. The Dogman UK says fake, and I'm not here saying it's not, but the guy in this video is trying to break it down about the AI. So like Bob said, he's never seen it. I've never seen this. Dogman says I've seen this, so that's good. That's good. Some people seen it, some people haven't. So let's look.
Or its muscularity, or its lack of muscularity. I mean, frankly, the Patterson, Patty, the forest giant, she looks like she could rip this thing in half. But who knows? Maybe it's a 12-year-old forest giant. Maybe it was sick for a while, and that's why it's just standing there looking kind of lost. The point is, while it might be fun to discuss all of that, it's all just speculation, and it proves absolutely nothing. Now we have proof. Simple, scientific, measurable, repeatable proof. So let's just simply measure this thing and know 100% for sure what it is. No more scratching our heads. No more wondering. Let's just do it. Okay.
So basically, guys, it is kind of interesting because he's using the technology we have nowadays to dissect any photos that are out there, if it's real or fake. So that's why I'm playing it. It's kind of an interesting topic. Let's see how he breaks it down.
All I got to say is one thing real quick. If this thing is fake, he's got the calf muscles, the calf legs of Scotty freaking Steiner like a genetic freak. Look how big them calf muscles are. Jeez.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks like
that's 3 times bigger than my leg, man. And I'm big.
It looks like my leg.
Hey, look, I'm 6'4", 270 pounds. I started lifting weights in high school. I got calf muscles and calf legs that scare people, and that's almost 3 times bigger than mine. That's like wrestler big, like Scotty Steiner or the Ugandan giant or something, man. How can you have a calf that big?
True.
I mean, seriously. I can understand it. Maybe it's a puffed up costume and it's made to look big, but Jesus Christ, if that's real, that man's got a leg like Popeye.
Freaky Geek. Honestly, my leg is not hairy. I don't even have hair on my chest. Okay, I'm not a hairy type person. Freaky.
Italian. Sorry, I got Bigfoot hair.
Here we go. Let's take a look.
Okay, so the easiest, quickest way to measure this guy or gal, whatever, is to go with what we can see. We need to find all the major body joints. Well, we can see the ankle and we can see its leg bent. So we've got its shin. So I'm going to measure starting about right there, come up to about right there, something about like that. And since we know that human shins and thighs are roughly the same length, I just took a copy of that first measurement bar. Now we've got our leg measurement. And now, since we know that the hip socket is right around in this area, we know the tailbone, the bottom of the tailbone is just below that. So I measured from the bottom of the tailbone up to the base of the neck. And now I'm going to measure its arms, just like I did its legs. We can see its wrist, we can see its elbow. So we've got that measurement. And then I just doubled the forearm and copied that up for its upper arm, since our human forearms and upper arms are roughly the same size. There we go. There are our 5 main measurements. And I've posed a skeleton so that we could see where everything lines up. I would say plus or minus 1% margin of error. We see the hip socket right there, which lines up, and the tip of the tailbone up to the base of the neck. For those of you who've read my new book, Solved, which is out on Amazon. So look at these 5 different measurement bars here. Can you see if the arms are longer than legs, about the same length? Are they longer than the torso? It's kind of hard to tell with them all still placed on the body. So now comes the charting part of this. I just made a little bar chart, pulled them all over. You can see they're all color-coded. So we can see now that whatever this thing is, it has a torso and arms roughly the same length with legs about 30% longer. So now all we have to do is find a species out there that matches these body proportions perfectly. Okay, we are all but done here. Big comparison time. Have a look. I have pulled in the pDNA charts for 2 other species over here on the right. We've got red team and green team. Use your eyes. Which one of these 2 teams more closely resembles our blue team over here? And I think it's pretty...
Real quick, Pine Island wrote, the forearm appears to be angled forward slightly, not straight down. So his arm measurement is skewed in the formula. Good
on
point.
top of that, let me also point out, unless you got something you know the size of for reference, all these measurements don't freaking matter because they're just speculation. You need something to judge that you know the size of exactly for the comparison. Like why you put a cigarette lighter down beside a footprint when you take that picture, if you know what I'm saying. Right, Jeff?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
Up, Jeff. Tell him I'm right.
I mean, unless that picture, he was standing right beside exactly with a tree where you can measure the tree and down. He's not really next to anything where you could go there and measure it. You're measuring by distance.
You're measuring by speculation.
Speculation and distance, yeah.
Yeah, there's no way to tell exactly what the measurements are on this, and that's what skews the whole thing. I mean, if that Bigfoot was holding a cigarette lighter or a pack of Marlboros, this thing could be solved quickly.
Yeah, and this is why we're discussing this. This is the fun of us just discussing on people trying to use whatever tool they're trying to use to measure something.
Pretty easy to see that red team with its torso and arms the same relative length with legs about 30% longer is pretty much a perfect match, whereas green team looks nothing like the other 2. Green team has a torso and arms which are about 20% longer than blue and red team, with legs that are roughly the same length as its torso and arms. So now here's the big reveal. Red team represents the body proportions of every normal, typical adult human being on the planet. It doesn't matter if you're male, female.
Does it sound more to me that, I don't know the guy who's doing this, but he's trying to be more skeptical, like he's a skeptic. So he's really trying to push the angle that this is human sized body. I don't know the person who's doing this video, but sounds like he's being more on the skeptic side on purpose. I don't know.
It sounds like a guy named Thinker Thucker or whatever his retarded name is, and I can't stand that guy, by the way. But he does do some pretty good analogies on videos.
Thinker Tucker, that is the guy. Yes.
Some things I saw this one video that had this machine tearing down some trees in the forest, right? And you could just tell it was a machine, one of the machines that jerks down trees, and it was shot from a drone, and he was saying it was Bigfoot knocking down trees or something. And, you know, this kind of jumps out at you like, oh my God, really? Did he just say that? I kind of lost a little respect that day.
I'm so glad you brought all that up, because that's what stuff that people need to hear, need to know.
You know, well, anybody can make a mistake. Like I said, you can look at this guy here, and it might be a guy in a costume, but if it's a guy in a costume, I'll say one thing: he's a weightlifter like Lou Ferrigno. You know, he's got some big calf muscles. If that's real,
I want to hear this guy because it looks like he has a picture of the Gremlin video about to come up. So he did wrote "dude in a monkey suit," which probably is. I mean, because again, a 1981 photo just appear. I mean, I guess
more than most likely they were filming something like Star Wars, and that's a Chewbacca outfit or something.
He wants proof that's not human before proof that is a Bigfoot. It's north a bad starting point, to be honest. Yeah.
At least an AI figure with human body proportions. And green team over here represents all of forest rat kind. I measured Patty the exact same way I measured blue team over here. And these are her body proportions. Again, she's got a torso and arms and legs, all the same relative length. There is not another large primate. There is not another large species on the planet with body proportions even remotely close to green team. There's also not another species that has body proportions even remotely close to red team. That's why I say these measurements don't have to be perfect, because look at the jaw-dropping differences between red team and green team. Okay, so you hoaxsters thinking you're cool, thinking you're clever, using artificial intelligence to fake a Bigfoot photo. First,
and that's what I've been bringing up in the past now. It is, no matter what we think, it is going to get harder and harder to judge whatever new footage, videos that are out there, because AI technology is getting better where they are looking so much more realistic. And we got to be careful on what we choose as saying this is evidence.
Well, basically, any video created with AI has a pixelated AI code embedded into the video, and Kodak's already got a process you run through that tells you if it's AI or not instantly. Any AI generated videos can be detected by the proper program.
And that's going to be
you can't pull that in here near the future. That'll be a downloadable app, and you won't be able to pull that crap on nobody.
Yeah. And then when you start asking these people who are the originator of the footage, will they allow their footage to be analyzed? And if they say no, then right off the bat, you're like, okay, then all right.
Well, that's just it. They don't have to allow. If they put that stuff on YouTube, you can download a YouTube video and run it right through the AI generator to see if it's AI in 5 minutes. You'll know.
True. Let me see. Is there anything else he says that could be at all?
All of you who are all upset and all worried, thinking that artificial intelligence is going to, from this point on, make it impossible to know whether.
Nothing's gonna listen. AI is good, like you said, Danny just said, and there's gonna be AI to know that it is created by AI. So you are gonna know. So there's going to be more fake videos more than ever, but there's going to be programs like Danny, like you said, that are going to that's going to say right off the bat in seconds, oh, this has been AI generated. Only thing is I know, Danny, what I'm going to hear from certain people out there. Well, I just needed like 5 seconds for this to connect with this, so I just use AI to generate the 5 seconds. You know, we're going to hear stuff like that. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So,
BS by any other name is still BS. Just saying.
So, but regardless of AI, the hard work is still just, going out there literally with your own ears, your own eyes, going out there yourself. I always say the best truth is finding the person that you feel comfortable. Like I feel comfortable when Danny goes out and films something. I don't think you're going to take any footage. Maybe you are. I don't know. I can't see you, Danny, doing a video footage, going into a private little room computerizing all generate. I can't see you doing that. I can't see you doing nothing like that. I can see like, hey, I'm gonna put it out there. You fucking like it or you don't.
You know, the best way you can tell that I don't do no AI stuff or don't do no crap is the only way I can send an email is if someone sends me one first and I'm replying to it. I can't even make the damn computer send an email myself. I have to reply to one. I'm not a computer guy. I'm so happy I got this laptop where I can click 2 buttons and be on here with you like this instead of using the phone that I've used for years, you know? It's
You know,
just, I'm moving real slow with technology.
you know, Bob, there's gonna be huge money, seriously, of using AI to create your own kind of porn. So all those little people who want to see Bigfoot and humans, you could probably AI generate that. So
You don't have to. You can just Google it, man. Trust me.
you can
It's
just Google
horrible.
it. I know.
It will. And let me recommend to everybody in the chat what you need not do. Do not, for any reason, Google Bigfoot porn. And if you do that, just look at the thumbnails. Do not watch the videos. You will be traumatized. I have warned you. Do not do this.
So Danny, sounds like you know this by experience.
Yeah, I did. I found out the hard way. I thought I was going to see one thing and I wound up seeing another.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So again, let's look at the final voting. I know we're getting closer to the end. Let's see. I want to see what people are voting. So we had 36 people votes. All right. So it looks like the winner is the majority of the people are going to run. 36% of people are going to run. 33% say try to shake its hand. 28% of you is going to poop your pants. And only 3% is going to roll in a ball. All right.
I'm gonna play a horrible joke on him and go somewhere and eat a Slim Jim.
What is this? Right now on the Play
Come on, that
Store,
was funny.
and there are 3 AI programs. Well, you know, I said this. I think I said this on Tuesday's first show. Well, you know what? Not all AI is bad. Listen, presidents and congressmen, everybody who speaks to the public, they have those little computer screens. They had AI people in the behind the scenes to tell people what to say, what to speak. So what's the difference of us using AI? People empower AI. Presidents were all using other people's words as it is anyway. So who cares? Right? Oh, Otterman is a stud in only in America with Bob. Only in America. But before we go again, let's just look at one more time. So Danny, so again, you're in the woods. You don't even you don't have your weapon on you, and Bigfoot does come up and screaming at you, and you don't have your weapon on you. What do you think you do then?
I start a camera and offer him a Slim Jim.
And you know what? He'll probably accept your Slim Jim and all that. So
I usually carry a couple of Slim Jims in the back pocket just in case when I'm out there hiking. Usually if something is eating a Slim Jim, they ain't got time to eat you.
That's awesome. Now, let me pull one more thing up. And all that. So the Daily Dan show. So Daily Dan, what do you got coming up? Are you going to be doing one of your music midnight things tonight?
Nope, I'm not doing no more live streams till December because I'm in YouTube jail because I showed something on a live stream I shouldn't, and I got the copyright strike and 30 days of no live streaming. But I can still put up videos. I just can't go live. I tried it last night and it wouldn't let me.
So you just upload, yeah. I mean,
I gotta wait till that little strike in jail YouTube thing's over so I can live stream again. It seems like it happens to me every year around Halloween. I get all cocky, try to show a horror movie and get kicked in the butt for it. But there you go.
Yeah, I know they sent I haven't read it all, but there's been emails sent from YouTube about community guidelines now. So I don't know if that means they're. I'm not saying the word cracking down, but are they going to make it? Is it going to be harder to show anything nowadays? Not to show anything nowadays, but just I know they even recognize words and voices, because I have heard from people that if you say the F word a certain amount of times, that they're going to be able to strike you now. If you
They
say
don't strike you for it, but they slow down the pushing of your videos for it. If you come out with a lot of profanity, you come out with a lot of negative content, like let me point out, I better not say his name, but the one guy in our community who's always criticizing everything, especially the government and shots and stuff. Well, that guy, they're not going to push his content. They're going to do everything they can to cause you problems.
It's funny, Dan. I actually sent an email or to I sent an email. I showed it to Ron, Cosmic Neighbors, and all that about what do they call that? There's a certain word they call that when they bow down your video. Is it shadow ban? Is it?
That's a good word for it.
I'm trying to think of a word, and I sent it to them. They actually replied and said, "Yeah, that's made up by the people out there. We don't do anything like that."
Yeah, bullshit.
And and they did. Maybe one day I'll do a whole show on that whole letter they sent me. This is because I was like, well, how come, and that, like Bob would do a show and he would get 515 likes, 8,000 likes. Now suddenly goes back to 17. I see people glitches. I seen people have views that one time they're 500, then next day it's 200.
When Jackie put out that Iron Dogger Jackie put out that video about when she told a story about me, while it was happening, it said 11,000 likes. I took a picture of it and sent it to her. 11,000 likes, and the day it went back to 70 or 80 or something.
So something's happening. But hey, tomorrow I'll be back on. Dr. Wu's going to be on, and what that topic is, I'm still working on that. So I'll be on tomorrow with Dr. Wu, and I guess for now with Danny. Only thing we can expect from Danny is upload videos, because you can't go live.
And tomorrow I'm putting up this, like I was telling you before the show, this video I shot of what looks like the predator cloaking. And you can actually see an alien looking head in it. And it was something, I don't know if it was a trick of light, just the way things were going that day, but I've never seen it before. And that was 3 days ago now. And I haven't seen it since. And it was just the one time that there was this cloaky looking predator thing standing in the bushes at the exact spot my dog always stares at and barks at, but I never see nothing there. She wasn't out, but there was something in that exact spot, and it's cloaky. I'm gonna put all them videos up tomorrow. I got like 3 shorts and a 4 or 5 minute video of it, which I'll be up tomorrow, and y'all can check that out. Be sure to check out Sunday Sasquatch Secrets when Nikki is having Joe's wife on, and it'll be the first time she spoke out about Joe since his passing, and I'm looking forward to that. Somebody please put that link in the chat, because I can't do it right now because I don't have a...
Yep. So beyond that, guys, we'll see you all next time. Not on the Bigfoot Highway. I was about to say Bigfoot Highway.
Oh, Bigfoot Highway. Yeah, it's the Bigfoot Highway. That's going to be my show.
We'll all see you driving on the highway going to South Carolina on the Paranormal.
Fun fact, did you know there's a Bigfoot trap in the Rogue River Siskiyou National Forest? It was built in 1974 by the North American Wildlife Research Team after Perry Lavelle, a miner living on the Applegate River, claimed to see 18-inch human-shaped footprints in the mud. The trap is 10 foot by 10 foot square, made of thick planks of wood fastened with metal brackets and secured into the ground with a telephone pole. When activated, the large iron gate on its front would close, trapping the creature inside. For 6 years, they refilled it with the remains of animals, hoping to lure a Bigfoot in. But they were too smart for the researchers, and when the trap did trigger, it was always a very angry bear who didn't fully appreciate the pursuit of science the team was undertaking.
That is, except for the one time it caught a confused hunter in 1980. And since then, the door has been locked open, being deemed too dangerous for hikers. You can go see it for yourself. It's located on Collings Mountain Trail in Applegate, Oregon.